I've hit the start streaming button. I forgot to launch Zomboid, so you know, just get that launched. Is my microphone working? Let's find out. Let's find out. Oh my god, it sounds so crisp and clear. Holy shit. Yes. Yes. Let's also tell the Discord that we're live. I'm happy with this thing. I did a little bit of testing on it last night and it's pretty crisp. I'm looking forward to getting my ring light soonish too. The ring light, I've kind of needed it for a minute. it's we're definitely in need of the ring light, but I'm pretty happy with everything. The the everything that it is. Oh, I should let my spouse know that I'm live. One sec. I'll be right back. Oopsie. Oopsie whoopsie. Also, turn down this just in case. Right. Hacker voice. I'm Lynn. That's me. Mitzi Bald. I wonder if I can get them to capitalize the E. Do I really need to make it more complicated? I don't think I do. Perhaps not. Let's readjust microphone a little bit more. Hopefully it doesn't completely. No, you're just Mitzi. No. Some people in other chats have been calling me Mitzi. Itsy bitsy Mitzi. The itsy bitsy Mitzi. Is it? How do you do it? Is it like the itsy bitsy spider? Is it pinky to thumb? Pinky to thumb? I don't know. I'm 28 years old. Cringe fail. Look, we don't need to set the tone. We don't need to set the tone for me being cringe fail 3 minutes into the stream, okay? The hair reveal will be enough. The hair reveal will be more than enough to say, what the fuck? You aren't good at mimicking physical motions, we know. Yeah. Yeah. My brain just doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Anyways, let's get into some Zomboid. Your crops can be trampled by zombies, so make sure to grow them somewhere safe. No. What if I want my crops to be trampled, Set some bitches on fire again? I could. I could do that. Although I don't really have a reason to. I need to go back and forth between a couple of, we need to go grocery shopping, aka we need to pick up some mannequins. Oh, wait. Did it not save that I... Hang on. The reason is my pyromania. Okay, but what about abducting... Well, it's not really abducting. They're not living, so... Do we have... Yeah, cooking show. Let's go. Pancakes or waffles? No! No, they cut it off! What's best, pancakes or waffles? You'll never know. That's probably one of the best jokes. The first couple of weeks while the TV programming is still on. I think that's one of the last times that you can actually catch a show. Remember the stupid spider mannequin from the Silent Hill movie? You know, I really don't remember like anything from the Silent Hill movie other than the skinning titty twister. Did I check the burgers from the second one with Heather? I'm trying to remember. Zombie bow. You can get a fast food hat? Yes. I've always wanted this. Okay, well, the fire extinguisher. I should have checked these earlier, actually. Still got a fresh onion? The CGI has not held up. I'm not surprised by that. I'm the burger monarch. Call me chef. The way that I be cooking up food. The way that I occasionally be cooking. Why do they have a fleshing tool in here? What the fuck? No one needs to flesh a burger, right? That's not a common one. Barbecue sauce. Hot sauce. Barbecue sauce, hot sauce, Holiday Inn. So I can go at them Pyramid Head style? That's true. Sign looks like it says Urgef. It doesn't? It doesn't say Urgef? Rat poison. Delicious. Acid cream. And a grapefruit. Hell yeah, that's a delicious breakfast. It's not like I'm taking medications for it to cancel out. Does rat poison kill you or does bleach? I think they both do, actually. Most people don't eat rat poison because they want to be alive. Let's be real. Although some people are probably like, yes, rat poison. I love the way it makes me feel. It's like Whippets, right? I hit the Whippet. I hit the Juckport. I really hope that we don't end up getting an age of people being like, yes, I love drinking rat poison lean. Because I feel like we're not too far out from that, actually. I'm not really into that whole shebang, to be perfectly honest. Not much of a rat poison enjoyer. You know, if that's what you're into, all the more to you, but that's not my scene, let's say. I love getting all of these different condiments. I can make such a good burger now. And sody pops. I'm uncomfortable. What am I uncomfortable from? Gotta have the extinguisher at the ready. You never know when you have a problem that requires extinguishing. We'll just place the fleshing tool. Me, I keep my fleshing tool in my kid's room. Yeah, I know, I'm a great parent. It's a great reminder. Of what I've done. What I've lived for in the past. I'm leveling up running, let's go! I should probably do that more IRL too, but I got other shit I got on the run, you know? Oh, there's a hitch. So I think today our goal is loot out most of the Second Amendment warehouse. And then after that, we try and find somewhere that we can get books, because we need a generator for longer term. And then we also need what else do we need? Oh no, I've broken my car, haven't I? Welcome back from ad jail, honey. I broke my vehicle. This is what I get. Driving recklessly. And it's got a full tank of gas in it. Oh, damn it. Well, at least I'm here. Face when your hubris is your downfall. Fuck. My hubris. Oh, and these things are beat to shit too. At least there's a lighter. Do people really keep their cigarettes in their glove box of all things? We have the key? Nope. Okay, well, hotwire it we shall do. Man, I really should have been better about driving my truck. Everyone I know kept them in their pockets. That would make sense. I feel like most people do be keeping that kind of stuff in their pockets. This thing have gas in it? Probably should have checked that before hot wiring it, but you know. This is okay. You have pockets with man. That's true. Women's pants pockets do not have the kind of capacity. They very much do not. They don't have a space for a single dime. That's true. Them bitches are not really made for actual use. They're purely cosmetic. Oh no, is this card? Well, it's like I'm climbing in. This person actually locked their car. Pfft. Like I won't bust into the window. Sir, ma'am, does this thing have gas? Oh, it does! Yo! This is a boon and a half. Skirt! Maybe one day I can see about getting my mechanic skill up enough that I can replace the windows that I bust out. But yeah, women's pockets are... It's baffling that they're completely lacking in anything other than fashion. Why would they do that? I love the idea of just pulling the car in. What am I doing here? Just throw the exhaust in. Big purse lobby. That's true. The big purse lobby is a menace, to say the least. They make life worse for everybody. They say, what if the only way that you could carry things around was with a $200 piece of pleather? That's not acceptable to you? Okay, well, people are going to hate you. People are going to think you're unfashionable. You know what I have to say to that? Who cares? My ass is not fashionable. You seen the shit that I wear on stream? I'm not somebody that you would look at and go, oh wow, what a great sense of fashion that that individual has. Wow, they look so good in their I look comfy. That's true. That's the aesthetic that I try to cultivate. Comfy. There's certainly worse things to have going for you. Look nice, especially in a flannel. That's true. I do think that I look good in a flannel. Can I not disassemble this door? I'll bust it down. Don't make me do it. If only I had an axe. Have my water at least. Yippee! Let me in! Let me in! I want to shop! I will say flannels look good on just about everybody, though. At least that's my opinion. I'm a big flannel enjoyer. Can I bust it down with my hatchet, actually? Whatever. Is this considered a wooden door? I have a crowbar. I feel like I should just be able to slam the butt of this thing in. Am I beating this thing up? Yeah, I'm beating it up pretty nicely. That's my emergency weapon. I can beat this down with a crowbar instead. Let me in! I want to shop. Is there a door to the outside here? I don't think there is. I need to come back and try and disassemble this door. Because everything else, it's just like, I got a billion guns on the ground. Let's go load up on the ammo from the locker rooms here. That should put us in a decent position. What the hell's going on over here? It's so damn dark. Just a nothing hallway? Okay. Ah, we're up here now. I see. Turn on the light switches everywhere that we can. A stapler? Let's go. Staple time. I don't think there's anything valuable up here, actually. Maybe a box of paper clips? CD player? I'm so sleepy. There's never anything valuable in offices. Paperwork? How's that gonna help me? Paperwork? I sure hope it does. Yeah, there's fucking nothing here. Get a ginger ale. Look, I know you love the puns. Or at least tolerate the puns. Okay, pen light goes back in the bag then. I think we've figured out everything we want looted here then. Just had to verify. Don't tell anyone, but I just pretend to hate them. It's true, it's true. Okay, well, let's slam whatever small arms we can into our pockets. And whatever ammo will fit. Damn, this would be a lot easier if I hadn't driven my truck into a pole. Wouldn't that be nice, huh? If only someone hadn't crashed my good transportation. Man, who would do such a thing? I can't believe this. I can't believe somebody would crash my good car. What a dweeb. I'm kind of surprised there weren't more books for aiming and shooting. There were a handful for sure, but just the amount was a lot less than I thought. Ah well. Unload all of the ammo here. You know, I'm pretty excited for this weekend. I got a couple of things lined up. I'm looking forward to everything that we've got going on. Why do I have a wallet? Why is this here? Show me what's in the wallet. A speeding ticket and a parking ticket. You know what? I don't need this. Now here's the real question. Why would anybody keep the speeding ticket and the parking ticket in their wallet? Is that a good place to put it? Just keep that thing on you? Keep that MFN thing on you? Okay, well, we're loaded up. Let's drive on out of here. Uh-oh. What a pickle I've gotten myself into here. My character's all tired too, man. At least I got a nice car. There are always worse options. Do I still have my gas can in my trunk? Where did I put that? No, I just left it here. Yeah, that makes sense. The hell was that sound? Hey gamer, what's up, Forrest? How are you doing today? Oh. Oopsie. It's okay, it'll buff right out. The blood, it'll wash out. Sick, but okay, how are you? I'm good. I'm doing pretty good today. Went and paid rent. That's always fun. I love having to pay a sizable portion of my income to a guy that doesn't do anything. For the sake of letting me live in an apartment that is okay. But you know, we got some poke. I'm a huge fan of slop bowls, I think I've come to realize. I just love anything with like rice, protein on top of rice or whatever. Alright, we got a bunch of guns now. I'm sorry that you're sick, Forrest. That's never fun. Do you know what you have? Do you have a dire case of ligma? No, some cough thing? Ugh. What's ligma? I don't know, I was hoping you would know. Everybody keeps saying ligma. No, no! I've been owned! I can't believe I've fallen for this. Everyone's always asking me if Steve Jobs died of ligma. I don't know who Steve Jobs is. Is that John Apple? Is that who that is? I'm turning this child's bedroom into my armory. Steve Apple. Yes, yes, dude. Forrest, have you seen Lord of the Rings? I feel like that's such an odd question to ask now because it's like in online culture, everybody's like, yeah, of course. Yeah, I seen it. You never know. You never know what kind of people or what upbringing people have had. Like I hadn't seen it until I was like 18, and then my buddies were like, "Okay, well, we're gonna make you watch the extended editions," and then we did that over a weekend. Room looks like the room of that video, the kid shoving the remote up his butt. Oh, what is that one? I know I can visualize it. I just can't remember the name of it. Loses his WoW sub, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Oh yeah, why am I putting my guns upstairs? I already have a place for them. Teens in the early 2000s really did the gayest shit possible if they experienced the most minor inconvenience. Just what a different era of the internet that is. It's like, yeah, obviously it's scripted, but just the funniest thing that I can imagine doing. I'm gonna shove this. I'm gonna strip myself naked, and then I'm gonna pretend that I'm gonna shove this remote up my ass because I'm so upset. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect, Jim. I remember watching Tosh.0 a decent bit. Yeah, I'm a little younger than some of you fellow old heads. That was going up there if he didn't have the underwear. There was force behind it for sure. He was ready. He was ready to drop that thing right in there. He was butt naked except for his undies. Yes. He was 100% committed to it. Screeching like a velociraptor. Okay, hang on. What's the name of that video again? Um Angry kid loses WoW sub. Greatest freak out ever. That's the one. Hang on a second. They still have almost 2 million subscribers on that channel. That's crazy. That's crazy. They have a live streaming schedule? Holy shit. They stream on YouTube and Kick. Whoa. I'm That's insane. How do you think he got him? I mean, obviously he got him from this. But just the idea of going back and being like, "Oh yeah, I'm a live streamer now." Talk about leveraging virality into long-term fame. Well, you can only get so famous from being a streamer. Let's be real. It's like C- tier celebrity at best. Unless you're Mr. Beast, and then you somehow become the most viral man alive. C- means you've been in a movie. That's true. But Markiplier is a C- guy. This is like F tier. True. He is an F tier. Markiplier leveraging his. Now I want to state this. I'm not a Markiplier head, but the guy leveraged his fame and all of the money that he's made into making his own movie or making a movie off of a video game that he thinks would be a good movie. Kind of awesome that he's releasing Iron Lung, right? I have tickets purchased for the 28th to see the movie just because I'm like, even if it sucks, it's at least noteworthy. And I've been in the online space for long enough. It's like, I might as well see what the hell he gets up to, right? Like, what's the worst I lose? 20 bucks for tickets? I invited a buddy that I've made from volleyball. Like, we've only done a couple of things together. So we're kind of in that, like, associate stage of, like, you know, we just are kind of getting to know each other, understand. One of the things that we got talking about initially was, like, I was wearing Northern Lion pants. And he's like, oh, Northern Lion. I watched that guy. He got me into Uma Musume. I was like, okay, that's interesting. What if it's like Skinamarink? Yeah, Skinamarink is very boring. I watched that movie and I was like, this movie sucks. It is an incredibly boring movie. Very slow while trying to be paced and failing. Like I said, even if it's bad, I think it'll at least be noteworthy. It's fine, just overglaze. I don't know. I saw it in theaters, and my experience walking out of the theater was, why the fuck was that an hour and a half long? Kevin, take a picture of the sea monster, Kevin. Kevin, get the can opener and pop open the submarine. It'll be cool, I promise. You'll definitely get a picture of me, I promise. But yeah, I ended up watching Skinamarink twice, and I'm kind of a hater. It felt like a waste of my time for at least half of the movie. If it were a 45-minute short film, I would be like, yes, this was great. It didn't overstay its welcome, but it overstayed by a long time. It had one good part. I'll give it 2. The face reveal, and then the telephone. Those I thought were fun and interesting. At least notable. Perfectly captured the vibe of being a kid homesick and alone, but there's only so far that you can go that long. Agreed. It's not exactly a movie that I would say maintained my attention. Like, there's certainly worse movies out there. I'm just mad about it because I'm mad about the wasted potential. I think that's the part that makes me most upset. Because it's like, you had it. You had it so close. And then you padded it out too long. You diluted the good product into something that's not worth watching, really. You can watch like a 10-minute video essay on it and get the best parts. Oh yeah, how's the new mic sound, guys? It's now in frame. Bite your tongue, I'd never. I will think for myself. Look, I'm not saying that everybody watches a 10-minute video essay and then decides if it's a great movie or video game. I'm using such terrible headphones, can't even tell. Wonderful! That's a glowing endorsement. I definitely should have spent the money that I did on this thing. Anyways, Yeah, everybody loves to watch a video essay and be like, actually, this person is 100% correct. The AirPods? I mean, yeah. Honey, look out! No, you have your AirPods in! What was I saying? Oh yeah, video essays. Everybody loves to be like, oh yeah, I watched a video essay about that. I think I agree. Dark Souls 2 is not as bad as they think. And I still heartily disagree. Dark Souls 2 is it had the pendulum swing a couple of times actually. You better get ready. I have 18k points. Woo! Just you wait like several months. Yeah, I'm I'm hoping that it's a race between you and Daft making me play that game. Cuz one, I think it'll be good stream content. I think it'll make me slightly upset. I think my biggest problem with Dark Souls 2 is primarily that Scholar of the First Sin just adds so much garbage. Am I going to play the normal one or Scholar of the First Sin again? You know, I've gone back and forth about that. They don't actually change much of the DLC. Or the DLC areas. But they're still not good. Now, what I could do that would be absolutely insane is I could download both of them, and I could go through an area on one of the games and just do like a complete side-by-side comparison on the two games. And just show like, oh, this is what they changed in this area. This is exactly what they changed in this area. You're really gonna do that to yourself? I think it could be interesting. I don't know if I want to do that, but I think it could be interesting. Who knows? I think it might drive me completely insane. It probably would. Let's be real. It would probably make me a little crazy. Or at least a little more than I already am. But, like I said, it could be good content. I don't know. That could be interesting for like... I think it's one of those things that on stream it would wear itself thin pretty quick. But the YouTube video for it would go crazy. Because no one's going to sit down and be like, okay, they're examining each texture side by side between the two games. Which is not what I would do, but... I just think it could be interesting being like, wow, they changed exactly what areas things are in. Wow. I think my biggest problem with Dark Souls 2, like specifically Scholar, is that it just has the same stuff going on for the most part. Let's be real. It's pretty much the same game, just with all the DLC. and then moving around the enemies to make them more annoying. Which, in my eyes, doesn't really justify a whole separate edition. An entirely different version of the game to purchase. Said this before, but Scholar of the First Sin is what people assume Dark Souls is. Yes, that's kind of the case with all of Dark Souls 2, though. Like, they leaned into the idea of what Dark Souls is, but they didn't examine what made Dark Souls actually good. Yeah, instead of the nicely laid out experience, they're just like, wow, this game is made to make you upset and fuck you at every corner. I haven't seen the normal version of 2. The normal version of 2, I think, is fine. I thought Scholar of the First Sin was Miyazaki trying to fix PS2. I don't know, man. Have you played through both of them? Both of the different editions? Yeah, okay. Either way, I am not the biggest fan of whatever the hell is going on between the two games, which it's a strange, it's just a strange situation. Because if I recall correctly, it's like, what, the B team worked on Dark Souls 2? And then, if you're correct about Miyazaki trying to fix Dark Souls 2 with Scholar of the First Sin, I don't know. I think that says to me that it's not exactly the most redeemable product in the first place. That the fix was change where the enemies are. So many of the enemies are not memorable. Yeah, because a good chunk of them are just dudes in armor. Which to me is the first sin. Yeah. It also makes blunt weapons extremely good because, as I said, every other boss is a dude in heavy armor. Like, there are interesting boss fights. Like, Duke's Dear Freya, Big Spider. It's at least an interesting boss. I don't think that boss fight is good either, but you know, I'm just a Dark Souls 1 fanatic. And I keep saying it, but I think Sekiro has made its way into like my, this is one of the greatest games of all time because it's such a tight experience. Such a definitive experience. It's like, what, 40-ish hours depending? So it doesn't overstay its welcome. You've got memorable characters. You've got a quality story. And you have high skill potential there. I think that's good. I think that's all you really need. Not everything has to be an Elden Ring. A game that I still have not finished yet. Because every time I start it, I get crazy FOMO. I still have to beat the boss rush? I do. Which I plan on doing at some point. I'm just not 100% yet. I think that I need to practice a couple of the true form bosses because they throw some mix-ins. They throw in some mix-ups that are quite interesting. Like, it just alternating the moveset just a smidge, make it a little harder, which I think is exactly what I'm looking for with a game such as that. Sorry, I'm just looking through my food here. I think I could make... I could start making some, like, oven bake stuff. I want to get seeds. I need to get seeds so that I can actually start farming and setting up my base. And I also need to get my carpentry up. I have 2 when I need 3. If I look at rain barrel, I need at least carpentry 3. Oh my god, there is wheat, barley, and rye. Okay. But yes, I need to collect rain barrels or hammers, nails, planks, so I can actually make rain barrels. My steak! It's burning! Where did that go? Did I throw it on the floor? My steak is too hot. My steak too hot. My lobster too buttery. My Kentucky lobster. I think a Kentucky lobster is just crayfish, right? Okay, let's also do a smidge of meal prep. My character. AKA shrimp boil. True. Wait, eating a frozen candy bar makes you bored and unhappy? Do people... Is that really that uncommon of a thing? Eating, what am I saying here? Eating frozen candy bars is uncommon? Because that's like one of the better ways to do it. No, don't. Just... I'm doing meal prep. I'm cooking a pizza. People love it. That's why they made ice cream spin-off versions, I think. Exactly. Why wouldn't... Like, if I could get a Kit Kat bar mixed into my chocolate ice cream, why wouldn't I just get a frozen Kit Kat bar? Power still on? You're living the high life. I know. My water isn't out yet either. I didn't even touch the settings. I've been very lucky. Moments like these, you have a Miller High. Do I have a beer in the fridge? I'll crack into one just for you. Hell yeah, brother. Cheers, brother. I'll drink to that. Drink a whole beer before I eat half of a pizza. This is just like before the apocalypse. Is it okay to to drunk drive in the zombie apocalypse? That's a good question. It's ethical even. There's no laws when you're on the claw though, so hit more zombies that way. Hi guys. Glad to see both of you here. I have a generator pretty close by that I can grab. I think I need to raid a library next. I've looted a school. Where do you work out? The library? Hell yeah, brother. I'm always hitting them books. You know me, I love my books. I think I'm at like, hang on. How many books have I read so far this year? I have a list right now. I mean, it's all fiction, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You already read a book? Yeah, I've read 8. I mean, they're easy not they're easy fiction reads, but I have read 8 books this year so far. I've been going crazy at the library. These aren't Dr. Seuss books, are they? No. They're not Dr. Seuss books. Although if you listen to NL, he would say that reading Brandon Sanderson is not actually reading a book. Worse, science fiction. Oh no. It's not sci-fi. It's not sci-fi. It's just fantasy. I'm a fantasy head. Although I do appreciate some sci-fi. Controversial, but I think reading a book is reading a book. I would agree. I've read more books this year than I have in the last, like, 5 books. 5 books? 5 years? Can't afford to be a centrist on this platform. That's true. You have to either be Asmongold or uh Hassan. Sorry, I had to blank. I was blanking on the other shithead. Let me say something divisive to bait people into anger engagement. Oh fuck, you're right. I have a name. Do you have a dog though? Because I think that's the thing that you're missing for getting anger. No? Okay, well, you're either Asmongold or you're Hassan. You either have a dog or you don't. I will not elaborate on this further. Where the hell am I going? You either have a dog or you are a dog. True. Extremely true. Wait, I think I'm going the way to for Moldra. I kind of want to go there because I need to get books and seeds. I think these are residential. What are Mad Dan's Den? It's like a grocery store. Oh, I didn't bring my Molotov. Shit. Oh well. A road trip. I don't remember where on the map anything is actually. That's Echo Creek. That's where I started, and that's where our base is. Haven't seen this many zombies in a while since the fire. That's one of the reasons we're in Echo Creek. Avoid the crowds. Oh, also, I was thinking if anybody wants to play Zomboid with me, I have a strategy, not a strategy. I have an idea for like a perfect 2 to 3 hour block for setting a quick and easy goal of we're going Shaun of the Dead. I don't know how. We forgot. Well, that's okay. If if you ever want to learn, I would be more than happy to sit over your shoulder and pester the fuck out of you. Oh, you don't want that? Too bad. I have a wife for that. Oh yeah, you got your marriage certificate today too. Congrats. Wait, is that today or was that yesterday? Congratulations on that though. I only applied. Well, still, that's one step closer. Where the where am I? Where am I going? It's only 9 a.m. and I'm lost. One step in the grave. You fellas know what I mean? Is your wife gonna kill you? Is this where you yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's that's understandable. Malpractice. It's all for the insurance, you know. It's always a good thing sharing your life and insurance with somebody. Oh, that reminds me. So, Knife, my wonderful spouse, uh has been dealing with some great insurance nonsense. Getting life insurance must be sick if you're not the person dying. True. Well, let's be real. You get the bonus. If you are the one dying, you get to be dead. And if you're the one on the benefits, then you get the life insurance bonus. Food for thought. Food for thought. No thanks, I'm full. True. Anyways, my spouse has been dealing with some really fun stuff. My life insurance is 1 year of my salary. It's not even worth murdering me. No, it's not even close. Imagine having to deal with like the normal life stuff by yourself. That shit sucks. I don't want I don't want to do that. Trying to get them to refund my 1K like this. Yeah, we've been dealing with that fun life insurance stuff where uh I got on we got on my insurance in like October. And then at the beginning of this year, they decided, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it like that. Never mind. They decided at the beginning of this year that Knife was going to be on the insurance again. Even though we gave them a reason. We said, hey, I'm getting insured through a different place. Why would I take this insurance? And they said, okay, well, eat this 1K deducted from your paycheck. Which, when you make like $800 a paycheck, this is a part-time job or a like 30-hour a week job. When you make like $800, $900 an hour, it's really frustrating. $800, $900 an hour. What am I talking about? $800, $900 a paycheck. It's really frustrating having most of that money taken for insurance that you don't need. I love living in America. I love I love getting ripped off at every opportunity. Is this thing even plumbed? Nope. Guys got anything in your junk drawers? Nope. Okay. But yeah, it's a great time dealing with insurance. Ooh, is that a wood-burning stove? Can I even fit that in my trunk? No, there's a couple more zombies here than I thought. But yeah, just... We've had 2 paychecks now after telling them, hey, we don't need insurance. We still had that money deducted. And it's just like, you know. You already know. Why are you still doing this? Okay, let's grab this wood-burning stove and toss it in the trunk, and then I guess head back to the base. And these vocals. We got American Idol up in Zomboid. I don't have a hammer. Cool. Okay, well, let's pick up this. I need a hammer for the stove, too. Ooh, a beer can. Beer can on a shelf. Delicious. Man, these are some great homes, huh? Zillow posting like 600K, has a lot of character. Motherfucker, it doesn't even have windows. You're telling me that has a lot of character. It's in the backwoods of nowhere. Although that's kind of where house prices are actually affordable, huh? Backwoods of Kentucky. Only place that you can actually afford a house nowadays. But if I move out there, then I can't afford anything. Ooh, a mallet. I move out there and then I have to commute 2 hours for a job that only technically pays for the mortgage. Your smile, your kiss, off of the Every Reason album. A fountain pen? Does anybody use a fountain pen nowadays? Or is that more of a... I'm in a very fancy office and I need something to take up my hobby time. Ooh, hotties beyond magic. All right, girlie, you want a piece of me? Well, I broke the window. Good stuff. My road trip, I didn't even consider getting lunch or having lunch ready. What was I thinking? It's not like there's Taco Bell. Zombie Taco Bell? Is this anything? Anybody want to hit up the zombie Taco Bell with me? No? Okay. The Crunch Wrap is not exactly a great product either. Do people eat Taco Bell much now? I feel like I don't hear a ton of people being like, oh yeah, I love fast food anymore. You know what, let's eat these chips. That might just be me. Have people come around to the I'm cooking at home for every other meal now train? Simply because it's too expensive to eat out? I mean, I try and eat local. We went today we went and dropped off our rent check and oh, hang on. Hair reveal. I did not go to Turkey. Turns out I am still bald. Anyways, we went and dropped off our rent check and also went and got poke. And it's a local poke place. But I live in Utah, so you know, the freshness of the fish is always something that you have to consider. When the poke comes out sizzling. No, man, no, you don't want the poke coming out sizzling. I mean, it depends on what you get. A favorite of mine past couple of times has been unagi. And that is way better hot than cold, but the like raw everything else, it's fine. When I get my poke, I try to make sure that's the stuff that Ross from Friends was on. Yes. I gotta be real, the barbecue eel kind of goes hard. I just drove right into the van that was at the end of the road. Good job. I'm paying attention. I certainly haven't had 2 beers today. Why no, officer? I have not had any alcohol today. All right, let's just get back home. I gotta find more maps. Figure out where I need to head to. There's a couple of different places, I think near Echo Creek, that have seeds and the like. But yeah, it's kind of a tradition of ours after dropping off our rent check. Yes, I still use a check because I am renting under like a 67-year-old man. I don't actually know how old he is. I'm not doxing him. But he just cashes my check. 6'7". Yes. He's 67. But I don't feel like anybody uses a check other than for like rent payments for old people. I'm trying to think of the last time I actually used a check. Oh, you know what? It was buying our car. Buying our car, it was from a private seller. The car? Yeah. We paid cash? Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, we did. We went to the sale with no cash, and then I was like, actually, let's get the. So yeah, I only used I only use checks for rent. I am extremely forgetful. And then again, I'm also trying to maintain a stream of consciousness while remembering and driving a car in Zomboid, so forgive me. Forgive me for my insolence. Where are we here? Okay. Yeah, good thing you don't have to multitask in real life. Yeah, I'm not very good at multitasking. TBH. Not something I've ever really been good at. Every time I chat with people about that, they say, but how do you get your work done? And I'm like, I don't. Don't distract me, please. I swear there's a farm post somewhere near here. But yeah, I'm not a great multitasker. I'm a I'm a one-track mind individual. I can't listen to a podcast while working. I'm not built like that. I can barely listen to music if I'm lucky. Oh, that looks like a boarded up house. I wonder if they have anything. Is this a police officer? It is. Wonder if they have a gun. You got a gun on you, pal? You got Western boots. Okay. Come on. But yeah, with my job, I don't really need to multitask much either. Single zombie, please make my life easy and just be the only one that comes over. Nope, they're all coming over. Okay. Yeah, fortunately I don't really need to multitask. I just need to set a schedule for what I'm doing and then dedicate myself to that. I'm also trying to improve my multitasking by streaming, which is probably a fool's errand. Let's be real. What better way to get better at multitasking than by multitasking for 3 hours a day. Oh, they're trapped inside. Can I... Is there any way that I can remove these boards? I can. I have the crowbar. Let's put the plank down on the ground. I'm tense. Why would I be tense? VHSs, let's go. Does anybody else have really good memories of watching a bunch of stuff on VHS? Like, I think a handful of my Broken Katana. Oh, this house belonged to a weeb. Anyways, I watched a lot of, I think, Phantom Menace specifically. I watched a lot of that growing up. We used to have a sick TV setup in the basement at my parents' house. I watched a lot of movies there. Oh, some of the movies, like every movie that I had on VHS was not very good. However, I still have positive memories of, you know, sitting down and watching those bad movies. I think we, I mean, obviously we watched Phantom Menace, which is not a good movie. And as a child, I feel like every child loved Jar Jar. Or at least a sizable amount of them did, including myself. He's silly. He's comedic. He's just a silly little guy. Children are bemused by clowns. That is true. And what is Jar Jar if not a clown? Melee weapon schematics. Bone Club. Yo. I can equip the Broken Katana. I didn't think you could actually use it. It's broken. Bone Club. Bone Club's in Harmony, right? I can get a liter of box wine. Let's go. Well, let's just grab whatever is in the fridge slash freezer. Do you think femurs make for good clubs? Human femurs? I'm being told this is not a typical conversation point. They're the biggest ones we got. I'm not sure bone would be a good club though. No, probably not. Probably not. How long do you think you have to be in an apocalypse before the ramen noodles go stale? It's dried out, it might break. I don't know. I've yet to try and smack someone with a very hard skeleton piece. Yeah, if bones do become pretty brittle when they're dry. But if you kept it wet, would that make it potentially? I don't know. I'm too stupid to understand how bones work. I've licked a skeleton before. Why have you licked a skeleton again? Please tell the story for the class. Bullet bandolier, makeshift armor, leather gloves. I think those people are just in like a bathroom. No, they're in a... Oh, okay, they busted out. Well, if they've busted out, I want to bust out of here. There was a skeleton in the biology classroom in my high school. Someone dared me to lick it, so I did. Only after did I realize that there was a tag on it saying it was real and donated for medical science stuff. That's pretty incredible. Just being like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that dare. Oh, that's a real skeleton. Oops. Who doesn't love giving a skeleton a lick, though? The bonies, they're coming for us. Maybe that'll save us in the skeleton war. You know what? Skeleton war happens. I think I'm fighting on the side of the skeletons. Although it really depends on what their medical care is like. You think they got good benefits? Great dental. True. It was literally typo. The same thing. Fuck Scrooge. Scrooge, you gotta fight on the side of the bonies, man. The fleet of bone cars is worth it, I promise. Those guys know how to... Those guys know how to make an automobile. What do you think the bony sense of humor is like, though? Bony stand-up? Dry. Okay, I'll +2 you for that one. I got a dry sense of humor. Dry and mealy, like a bad apple. Or even a mediocre pear. What's so funny about pears is that they really run the full spectrum of being like absolutely disgusting and insanely good. But if you get a bad pear, you're like, I'm never gonna eat a pear again. You have a good pear and you're like, I completely understand why people like pears. Never mind, I'm not a pear hater anymore. Man, there's a lot of zombies on the road. Get these guys off my hood. I think the last time I've had a pair was... Let's be real. When was the last time I had a pair? I think at least over a decade ago. Prepare 2 breaded onion rings. Man, onion rings in the apocalypse would go so hard. Let's try and leave the claw hammer in the back of the car. Just weigh myself down with garbage. Bring my books inside too. Okay. I feel like if I had a skeleton, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm desperately clawing at anything to talk about. I'm kind of banterless. I've been complaining about this all week. Oh my god, I'm just lifting the pizza to my mouth. That's a great animation. Holy cow. Anyways, I've been banterless for the last little bit. I don't think I've been out doing things enough, which is my primary issue. That's how I eat frozen pizzas. You just, you throw those bad boys one bite at a time. I mean, there's definitely worse ways to eat a pizza, but I don't have a pizza cutter. What else am I supposed to do? You fold it in half and eat it like a taco. Is that also insane? Yes. Yes, it is. But if that's wrong, I don't want to be right. The pizzas are just... You gotta eat it like a taco. Eat the pizza taco? It messes with the crust to toppings ratio, you animal. It does. I'm not gonna dispute that. But you also get double the toppings. You get double the topping, you get double the crust. It keeps it together. Like, yeah, it's a little deranged. But what do I do that isn't? Anybody keep their Magnum and ammo in their fridge? Anybody ever just open up their fridge and go, kind of hungry, but I don't know what to eat. Magnum's kind of tempting right now. Nah, that's not today, old friend. What's the the line from Mo? Don't talk to me until I've had my Mugnum parts. That's damn true. I need to actually show that on stream at some point too. My goofy ass custom mug that I had made. I gotta be real, the custom mug like manufacturers, there aren't that many people getting custom mugs, are there? Are there really that many? Are there really enough to keep that entire industry afloat with like 17 different different types of bug maker? There definitely are. I find it hard to believe that that's actually the case. I don't know why, but I really struggle with the idea of there actually being that many. Think of all the corporate logos. Fuck, you're right. Me and my custom Pepsi Cola mug that they gave me instead of a bonus this year. I love that corporate thinks of me as far as to get me a mug. They'll spend $10,000 on mugs, but they won't consider putting any of that money towards something that people actually want. Like, oh boy, another mug this year, guys. Great. I'll just throw that in with the other 37 mugs that I've gotten. Let's be real, you don't need that many mugs. It just makes me think of that, My Name is Earl episode where, Jon Favreau is a shitty boss. Will I elaborate on this at all? No. No, I will not be elaborating upon this. Okay, my character is dead tired. I'm giving them like 5 hours of sleep. There's so much to be done. Anyways, the My Name is Earl episode with Jon Favreau being the episode where he helps fill in for a guy who wants to go on a vacation with his wife at a shitty fast food restaurant. And the boss makes it hell for him the entire time that he's filling in. But that guy had the shitty boss has like an entire like cabinet filled with number one boss, number one husband, number one like lover mugs just in the entire thing. Man, what a silly ass show that is. Do they make number one lover mugs? They have to. Come on. Should buy myself one. Hey, I mean, You're probably the one that... You're probably the one that has done that for yourself the most, right? I mean, comparatively. Number one lover sounds like you're into pee too. Yeah, it kind of does. Nah, I'm selfish. Okay, that's a good, you got me. You got me. I would know I have a lot. You have a lot of number one lover mugs? You know the mug that I'm really looking for? I'm looking for number one Glover. I love number one. Get a mug that says my other mug is full of piss. Is this anything? Yes, dude, yes, that's so good. My other mug is full of piss. My other... Oh, I had 2 bags of chips in my bag? Okay. I don't think I need a mallet. Don't talk to me until I've had my piss. Ooh, put another spin on that. Don't talk to me until I've had my morning piss. That way people can be like, oh, okay, you really gotta pee in the morning, right? And you go, no. No, I really gotta have my morning piss, you know? Really gotta get it. Sorry, I'm stuck in a thought loop of terrible mugs. And also now the idea of somebody peeing in a coffee mug. That sounds like frat house activity. Let's be real. That sounds like something... I think there's town somewhere over here, right? Or the actions of a desperate gamer. I mean, what happens at a frat house and what happens in a gamer's bedroom are not that different. There's some degeneracy in both situations. There's definitely some degenerates that really love pissing in a mug. Do you think the guy that has a classic frat prank, piss on your bro? I wouldn't know. I was never in a frat. But that does sound like the kind of thing that a frat bro would be like, dude, this is gonna be so funny. Bill passed out before the rest of us. Let's all take turns pissing on him. Let's all piss on him. We'll draw a penis on his face and then piss on him. And then there's one guy that makes sure to fall asleep at every frat event first for the rest of time. It's like, haha, alright guys, I'm gonna go to sleep. You better not piss on me again. Hee hee. Bringing me back to the time I saw someone actually get teabagged in real life. I forgot that you told that story to me. Do I really not have a hammer again? God damn it. Okay, well, we have a bunch of easy books to grab here. Please describe to us what seeing somebody get teabagged in real life looks like. Because I don't think I've ever seen that myself. Oh, man. There's no... It looks like a dude getting balls dropped on his forehead. Yeah, I've whilst passed out on the couch at a house frat. House party, not a frat party. Just a house party. That's, it's certainly not something that I would expect to see somebody actually do. I'd probably be like, haha, they're probably gonna... They're just gonna be a little silly with it, right? Before anyone could intervene. You got tackled. How much does this thing weigh? 30? You got tackled off the guy right after, which watching somebody with their nuts out getting tackled is pretty funny too. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's just something inherently funny about somebody with their balls out. The cock and balls are both just something that is inherently humorous. I don't think I wouldn't be able to at least let out a guffaw seeing somebody with their nuts out get tackled to the ground. Funniest thing I can think of is a naked man running from fire. You know what? I could definitely see that. Oh, these people have a well. Can I dig a well? Does this place have chickens? I've seen it. You've seen somebody... You've seen somebody naked running from a fire? IRL? Not just a sketch? A skit? This person drank themselves to death. We went skinny dipping once, and then a person with fire sticks chased one of them around. You've certainly lived a lot more of an interesting life than I have, let's be real. I've only ever gone skinny dipping once. And I gotta be real, didn't make me feel that much different than just wearing a swimsuit. The sticks you set on fire and spin around, hot dogs. Yes. I love hot dogs. I love the way that they make me feel like crap. Is that just a me thing? Does anybody else get heavily affected by like Nitrates and nitrites. Love crushing a dog. Hot. Okay. I think I ate too many of them growing up. We did not, cheesecloth. We did not exactly have a varied diet. My parents were not the greatest about making sure that we had a nutritionally balanced diet either. Your dad does? Your dad is affected by nitrates and nitrites? I feel sorry for him. Because I gotta be real, it sucks. But I loved eating pepperoni growing up. I think some of my favorite meals growing up were just like a pepperoni sandwich made by my granddad. It was just pepperoni and mayonnaise. Well balanced meal, let's be real. Dad gives your dad migraines. Okay. That makes sense. If I eat more than like one hot dog, I do get a gnarly headache. Even pepperoni nowadays, I have to be very careful about the amount that I eat and if it has nitrates / nitrites. Even before, and I know everybody's like, oh, you gotta... You gotta be worried about the cancer. Like, yeah, of course I'm worried about the cancer. But that's less of a concern for me than how it immediately makes me feel. Because it does not make me feel good. I know there's been a lot of information going around about the various colon cancer causing stuff. Which is obviously a concern, but I'm not I'm not exactly too worried about that right now. I'm still worried about it, but I got other stuff on the go first. Man, these people got a 3-story house? Like upwards? Okay, Caligula. Nothing is ever in the offices. Philosophical quotes, Confucius. That's like Patrick Bateman type shit. Yeah, honey, I'll be down in a minute. Let me finish my CD. And it's just a CD full of quotes supposedly from Confucius. I don't want to take this trophy. I'm gonna have a trophies full of whiskey. Damn, this house is like Home Alone. You just got wooden planks up here? Let me finish my philosophical quotes. 500% speed left ear. Chinese Bible, 500% speed right ear. I forgot about that one. I forgot about that one making the rounds. It's pretty funny. Does this place have a basement? I don't think it does. It's a nice little, out-of-the-way safe house. I don't think I'm going to be grabbing it, but it's out of the way. I can't drive for shit. I can't drive for shit. Get Sunday driver, you granny. No. Because then your max speed is like 60. And that's boring. I want to crash into a car and die, as is my God-given right as an American. Where am I on the map? Look, every American I know drives like they want to die in an automobile accident, myself included. It's especially living here in Salt Lake. I swear to God, we attract the worst drivers. I think it's some of that like Mormon nonsense. They go, I'm ordained by God, not me. No, you do drive way better than me. I'm a safe driver. You are a safe driver. Statistically, you're more likely to die from driving than you do from World War II related injuries. So true. So true. If you own a gun, you're more likely to die from gun stuff. Electrician profession, learnt knowledge, or electrical level skill of 3. Well, everyone here drives the most entitled I've ever seen. It's true. People drive like crazy people here. It's baffling. People drive like they want to die early. How much gas is in the generator now? 100%? Okay. Filling my trophy with gasoline. Put my gasoline next to my generator so that if anything bad happens, I can just blame God. I'll say he wanted it to happen. He wanted me to die in a tragic explosion accident. I hope that if God is real, he looks down on us and says, "What the hell are you doing, guys?" Just every day, like Sims. Mod for this game that just makes gas stations explode if you smoke near them. Yes. That would go hard, actually. Or if you leave the gas station, the car on while you fill it up. Just like, oh yeah, you died to the most easily avoided accident of all time. Good job, dumbass. Remember, you chose this. Remember, this is the life that you chose to end. In the dumbest way possible. Although there are probably dumber ways to go out. Ice pick lobotomy, maybe? Self-induced ice pick lobotomy? That's definitely a mod for this game, right? You can just give yourself an ice pick lobotomy. Man, every time I bring him up, I'm like, how did anybody take this guy seriously at all? But Freud, like, yes, you have trauma with your father. It's because you wanted to fuck him. Like, what? Dude. Where are you getting that from? You're a woman. You're envious of having a penis. Where are you pulling this out from? I think you're just an old pervert that was doing a lot of cocaine. And as everybody knows, doing a lot of cocaine, you get great ideas. Coke talk, true. Freud, definitely the kind of guy that you would not want to hang out with after having a Coca-Cola. As it was the style at the time. Give me this pot. Let's do some meal prep again. Onion, pickle, noodle, and a whole ham soup. Who up souping they ham? Is there anything else? I think we just need to reheat that up then. Onion soup. Cinnamon onion soup. Damn. No, that's a meal. Can I add the pickles? No, but I can't add split peas. I can cook up ham again? Okay. Eat pickle. I think my favorite part about this game is the cooking, as insane as that is. It's just so silly, but I can't help but enjoy it. Slice myself a ham. Of course you like this cooking. It's how you cook in real life. No, don't call me out like this. I'm different. I'm different. I say as I turn into a corn cob. How many slices of ham is that? That's a lot of ham. Slap those in the freezer. Look, I do actually cook like this in real life. I go, what's in the pantry? Let's make onion, pasta, bean ham soup. Yeah, everybody's gonna love that, right? And you know what? It does come out pretty good, actually. I made, I've talked about it before, but I made some oatmeal just the other week, and it was pretty good. It was the miso gochujang oatmeal with, like, I think we had chard in it. I'm so sorry. I'm making extra noises that are bad for the auditory experience. But yeah, I made some of that miso gochujang. I think it was chard and then split peas and lentils. And it came out so good. I made too much of it, but now I know for the future. And also to cook the peas a little bit longer. They were a little crunchy. Not like crunchy, but they didn't melt nearly as much as the lentils, which is fine. That's how it goes. I'm pretty happy with the kind of food that I make frequently. Bowl of pasta. Okay. I think priority numero uno is to search for a place that's going to have a generator magazine. And we got to do that soon. I think the best places... Okay, we should also grab a Molotov just in case. A Molotov and books? What a great combo. Just toss that in the back. I could probably... get an aiming book. Do I have an aiming book on the ground? A VTuber is advertising Riot Games to me. Ew. Imagine playing Riot Games. Certainly couldn't have been me for like almost a decade. Just constantly getting sucked back into the hell that is League of Legends. It's just playing with friends that's like the only reason to play. Sure, we'll grab the reloading book. Do I not have an aiming book somewhere around here too? We have trapping. Category, literature. Does not appear to be the case. A memento. Yeah, I didn't grab that. Well, alas. I don't want to go out and about yet. It is... I don't think my character's been getting enough sleep lately. It's 6 p.m.? That's way too early, actually. That's far too early to actually... Okay, well... Let's take my ham slices. And we're gonna make some ham soup. Just make an extra pot of soup for when we come back. Do I have any other vegetables in here? Packaged vegetables. Sure. Toss these bad boys into the oven. Let them rest. No! Oh, my ham. We gotta make at least a little bit. Gotta make at least a little bit of food for ourselves. We have a little bit of time. Same. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of League of Legends for obvious reasons. They stole so much of my time. I could have been doing anything else. Like being happy. Which kind of goes hand in hand with not playing League of Legends. All of my pieces of ham are just... Sure, slap these in the fridge. Ham and veg soup. As long as it doesn't make me unhappy, that's exactly what we're looking for. But yeah, just so much of my free time growing up was playing League of Legends. Just because it was a game that everybody could play, or at least owned. Not having money was kind of a big factor in deciding what games people would be playing. It was certainly the factor for me. Because I had no money. Then we'll just fill the pot back up too. Pot of water. Slap the soup in the fridge. I could try to get electrician levels, but 3 levels of electrician is really difficult to hook up a generator. Yelnats, what role did you play in League again? I was a top lane Darius / Gnar player. I would occasionally play jungle, but I was not very good at it. I think I primarily played... I would say my hot years were between like 2012 to 2022, which is a long time. And I was still only like a maybe high silver level player. Although nowadays, with they added iron rank instead of just bronze, right? Maybe I'd be a bronze level player. Me and my buddies just didn't play ranked very much. I think mostly because getting 5 people on... Wait, we always played with 5. Why didn't we play ranked? Did we not want to sweat? Even though we were always sweating anyways? I can't remember the specific reason. I just know that it was silly. In retrospect. I also spent probably like $300 plus on League, which is too much money. For a free-to-play game, you should not be spending money like that. Air quotes free-to-play. Game as a service ass game. They came up with that shit pretty much out the gate. There's my alarm. Not that it matters. What is further this way? I don't recall. I think we may have better luck going a different route. Yeah, because this is Smith Road. Oh. Alright, buddy. Okay, today will be a journey day, where I attempt to actually go to Moldra. If I can remember how to get there. What's y'all's favorite slot bowl? I feel like there's a good variety. You have Mexican, you have poke, you have Mediterranean, you have Indian. At least these are the ones that I can remember off the top of my head. Like grain plus protein, all. Yeah, I eat them all. I also love to eat them all. I think my favorite is poke, simply because I love fish. But I mean, I'm not gonna turn up my nose at a slop bowl nowadays. I'm a slop enjoyer. There's just so many good varieties. I need to stop hitting the zombies. I don't need to get stuck on my way to and or from anywhere. Missed the vegan short rib burrito from that place by my apartment. Was that in that was in New York, right? I'm sure New York had some fantastic food. And especially some fantastic vegan food. Places around here, they really cater to the 2,000 times better than SLC. That's true. There's not a ton of... Oh boy, my card died. Northwestern Railroad. I think we gotta just drive. I feel like Salt Lake really suffers on the food department, specifically because so many people around here will just settle for chains. Like the ugly ass Raising Cane's, that's like, I don't even know what descriptor of pink to throw on that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up the Post Malone Raising Cane's in Salt Lake. It's so ugly. It it looks exactly like the guy's face. And I don't have anything against his music, but I do have a problem with uh how silly he looks. Took me so long to realize it has his face on it. Looks like random blobs. It does. It does look like random blobs. How do I get to this? How do I pull my car into the parking lot here? Maybe I should have brought a gun for this too. I'm realizing in retrospect that that would have been a good idea. The supermarket might have a generators magazine, but I'm less inclined to think so. I think we gotta make it to Moldra and see if we can make it to the bookstore. Really, I needed to bring my assault rifle and a bunch of ammo for it. Just load up the back of my car with M16 stuff. Would have been a good idea. However, we're on the road. We keep on driving. Hang on, what is this? Off on the side? A gas station. I don't think I'm gonna bother with dealing with that. I don't think they're gonna have the generator book that I'm looking for. But yeah, people just don't support the local businesses that are good nearly as much as they should. And instead they support places like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King. 55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, etc. It's because people just don't have the time to sit down and eat a meal, I don't think. Always on the go. Gotta. My second favorite place to eat, in my car. Just like those mukbangs. I love eating the sloppiest food of all time in my car. If my steering wheel isn't sticky, I don't know what I want. I need it to be sticky, otherwise my hands will be grabbing my phone. I need the sauce on the steering wheel to keep my hands locked to the steering wheel. Otherwise, I'm going to scroll through Instagram Reels for 3 minutes and then get in a head-on collision and die. Everybody loves Instagram Reels, right? Everybody loves getting distracted while driving. I think that's the thing that... Oh, my car died. Is this actually... Let's take this exit here. It just drives me crazy that people actually look at their phone so frequently while driving. Like, it's probably the most dangerous thing that you do consistently, but I'm a little bored, so I'm gonna... The music isn't doing it for me. I gotta scroll through TikTok. I gotta look at YouTube Shorts and have a guy tell me that I should hate my wife because, here, let me spin the wheel. And it's landed on because she makes more money than me. I need to have... If I don't have somebody telling me what to think at any possible moment, I'm gonna go crazy. I think Moldra is further this way. We're just making our way downtown. Literally, we're going to the downtown area. We lived in a, like, two-street... We live in a two-street town that has a school that probably services, like, a 60-mile radius. My nightmare. Yeah, exactly. Two-street town... And the main street is called Main Street. Yes. That's Salt Lake for you. Another gas station. Where am I? Yeah, Salt Lake is a weird city for numerous reasons, but because it's so old, every town, like every street is named either a number or... Oh, I'm in Grove Park? The hell's in Grove Park? Street names here are the most insane I've ever seen. They're pretty crazy. They're pretty wild. Oh, I don't have gas, do I? Shit. And I didn't unload my back seat. People's houses' addresses are like... Yeah, they're exactly like that. For real, though. I don't think it's 100% accurate, but it's close enough. And that's good satire. Two street towns and the main street is called Main Street. I love living in a town where everything is called Main Street or like I don't think any of them are 50, but yeah, I don't think any of them are 50, but you're pretty close. The hell's down this way? Electromax Manufacturers. Ooh, there's a bunch of vans in here. I think we're gonna have to use our Molotov here. Honk honk. My car is not in a condition where I could actually afford to bang it up, I don't think. Fire, yes. I have my Molotov, I have a lighter. Honk honk. Come on, guys. The music is pulling out the electric guitars again. That's how you know it's getting interesting. I think I'm gonna try and gather as much of this town from the main road as possible. Oh, it's ramping up. There's a lot of zombies coming. This would actually be terrifying. The hordes descend upon you. I wish I had a car with an alarm so I could just pull everything to it. You know, there's one thing I don't give this game enough credit for, and it's the sound design. Maybe not the horn honking, for good reason. But just the way that the music ramps up is... It's got some charm to it. No traction. Okay. I think we've attracted a sizable enough horde. We just gotta keep it together a little bit more. And then I think the gas station will also... It's very likely that the gas station has... an empty fuel tank. Either the gas station or the I can just drink all of my maple syrup. Hell yeah. Either the gas station or the auto shop are probably gonna have the gas can that I need. Come on, guys. Gather round. POV, you're behind a school bus. I have actually seen people honk at the school bus. Which I find incredibly funny. Kids gotta learn somehow. Yeah, exactly. The kids gotta learn that people are insane and can't drive. I'm the angriest I've ever been. If I'm behind the wheel of an automobile, I'm going to kill something. Get it twisted. I am going to kill something. I'm so sorry about the honking. It isn't going to end. Okay. I think we have a pretty sizable horde here. Going for a jaunty little stroll with me and 1,000 of my best buddies. Hey! A zombie has bitten the mayor in Zomboid City. Assemble the hordes. Acquire your weapons. Fight back against the undead menace. In the newest LEGO set. Yoink! Okay. Let's make just enough space that we can actually throw the Molotov. Okay, there we go. Had to verify. Haha, yes. Burn, burn. I need to make sure that they don't end up close to the gas station, though, because if they burn down those fuel pumps, I don't think it can actually explode, but it can certainly make things really bad for me. I gotta be able to fuel up my car. We need that building. We do. We need pretty much every building in this town. But we don't need the strip. This strip is going to be a monument to zombies. A monument to the life that we lead. Do I have any food? Nothing like a little bit of gum and a granola bar to keep you going. Kiting around a horde of burning flesh. I'm just baffled that the zombies don't maintain interest in me very well. This is what happens when you get zombies that are trained on YouTube Shorts. This is what happens when you get zombies that are iPad babies. I thought they were super attracted to noise. Yeah, you'd think. How long does it take a horde of zombies to burn down? You'd think it would be faster. The Molotov doing its work. I'm glad I at least brought that. And I think we'll have like a small handful of guys to clear out in the other buildings, but okay, we're starting to get some dead. They are keeling over. Ideally, those are not... I don't have them in the road anymore, but... You know, maybe they'll... Ideally, they'll burn to ash. Yeah, there they are. They're burning down to ash. And it stinks. would be faster if they were alive because then they would care about the pain. That's true. They would care about the pain if they were alive. Uh-oh, Stinky. The hordes of undead healing over. Oh, something smells awful. I wonder what it could be. And they're just wandering back off. Well, that was a sizable amount of zombies taken care of very quickly and very easily. All it took was the effort of assembling a Molotov. Yeah, they're about to... They're keeling over before I even have the chance to do anything to them. Okay. Well, we'll just let these guys burn down. And let's try and assemble barbecue. True. Barbecue. Just do a couple more honks, make sure that everybody in the buildings is aggroed. ATM outside of the diner. That's pretty ideal. Man, I wish there were more diners around here. There's only like a handful. I wish there were more Greasy Spoon diners that didn't cost $1 million to go to. Yeah, I can take care of, like, this many guys, right? Oh, one of the burning guys actually made it over here. Okay, that's not too bad. Compared to how many there were, this is tolerable. I would go as far as to say it's downright desirable. As long as I can top up my... As long as I can top up my water, I think we're good. It's been what, like 2-3 weeks? The hell is that sound? Well, a couple of guys are slowly making their way in, but... yeah, gotta top up on the water and we're good. Yeah, I kind of thought that there was somebody in here. Okay. Let's clear this place out of food, because I'm probably going to need that. I'm sure that the... yeah, rotten pie. Great Depression meals be like, rotten pie. Ooh, butter and margarine? Those are good. Good to have in the house. Just going shopping. Ooh, potatoes. Potatoes last a long while. See some fish fingers. But yeah, Great Depression meals be like rotten pie. I love rotten pie. My grandma used to make it all the time. She would always talk about how Granddad used to make rotten pie. It was made from old flour and rotten lard. He would always talk about how he made such delicious rotten pie. Garbage gum? I'll just mix that with the other gum. I'll never know the difference. Wow, we're almost at 3 hours already? This stream has gone by lickety-split. And I am quite happy about that, actually. Tomorrow is Saturday. I am going to stream a little early tomorrow, because I have the option of going to a little Lord of the Rings get-together. And I'm looking forward to it. It's been a minute since I've watched Lord of the Rings, and that movie franchise, real good. Haha, nerd. You're going with us. We're going together. I'm referring to myself in the us category now. You're going with us. Who's us? Me. Me, myself, and I. You get to attend a gathering with me, myself, and I. God, imagine if I was that conceited. Yeah, I'm, when it's with me, it's always a party. Because it's always me, myself, and I. Droids. Oh, I love... Ooh, Riverside map. The Royal We. Yeah. See, you get it. Oh, okay. There we go. Empty gas cans. Probably want the fiberglass tape too. I gotta go through all of these just to make sure that rotten burger. I gotta go through all of these just to make sure that none of them have a generator manual. Quagga cakes? What the fuck is a quagga cake? I have never heard of that before. One of these has a fresh yogurt in it? Give me that. Snick snack bar. Snicker stack. Arch Ridge. The Royal We. When the Queen takes a pee. Okay. I'll +2 that. The name quagga comes from an extinct subspecies of zebra that's native to South Africa. Okay, I see. I see the joke now. Yeah, my favorite kind of meal, it's giraffe bars. My favorite kind of meal, lion. Sorry, I'm trying to come up with a different term for cake. Lion. I'm going. The wheels are spinning, but they are not catching. All of these bad boys are gonna be locked, aren't they? What? It's not locked? Wait, hang on. One of these cars might actually have... One of these cars might actually have what I'm looking for. And did they have a gas can just in the back? Damn. Zam. I'm still caught up on lion bars. What the fuck? What is a different term for cake? That's the wrong one. $67 in this? Hey, at least it's something. Rubber hose? Okay, I actually need the rubber hose too, just in case I need to siphon gasoline. Brush and clay art supplies. Clay sculpting tool. Sack of clay. They got cigarillos in this? I gotta run through all of these and also probably check the Electromax manufacturing. It was the 90s. It's true. They had good products sometimes. Like zebra bars. Add timer to bomb. Okay. If I can get in the trunk, why can't I get in the passenger? That don't make sense to me. Why is everybody dropping their keys to their car, by the way? Everybody, this entire... Is this what people do with company vehicles? Do they just leave the key wherever? A sledgehammer! That's actually a huge find. Okay, I think this has got to be our vehicle then, right? Oh look, they left the key in the car again. Who the hell is in charge of these vehicles? Who is telling them, yeah, you know, we got a whole fleet? Just, you know, it's the 90s. Just leave your Leave the keys for your car in the back. Leave it in the back seat. Get everything loaded into the back. This is now our vehicle. Everything else does not matter. We found a sledgehammer in it. It is the blessed car. The only other way that we could get a better car is if we somehow found one that had the magazine that we're looking for, the magazine for turning on the generators. Okay, I also need to fill up these gas cans, because I don't know if we're gonna end up running out of power soon, and if we don't have power, we don't have a way to get gas, which will mean driving is impossible, which would be absolutely terrible for us, because then we'd have to go through every vehicle and be like, okay, do you have gasoline that we can siphon? Come on. We're like 2 seconds away from disaster at all times in this playthrough. I'm gonna dual-wield gasoline. Just like in, oh, what's it called? I'm gonna dual-wield gasoline, just like in Mad Max. Except I'm not gonna be playing a guitar. Although that would be sick. Is that a mod for this game yet? The gasoline? Not gasoline, the flaming guitar. I want to shoot flamethrowers. Shoot a guitar flamethrower at zombies. That would be really fun. Great multiplayer potential. Yes. Yes, it would. It would also come off as like a little kid sort of deal, like, nuh-uh, you don't hit me with your gasoline flamethrower. You know, I didn't really play a whole lot of like make-believe growing up with stuff like that. I played Legos a little bit and did a teeny bit of that. And had a pretty good time. Man, this thing has a huge gas tank. But I didn't really play a whole lot of like dolls or anything growing up. I think if I had, maybe I would have had better improv skills. But alas, I was... Oh great, somebody's shooting a very loud gun. Me neither, I'm not good at imagining things. You literally have a disability related to that. I think you get an excuse on that one. thinks I played with dolls. You don't need to play with dolls. It's okay. I just think that maybe if I had more experience, like, doing that kind of thing, I'd be a little bit quicker on my feet. Oh, boy. I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep here tonight. I gotta find a place that I can actually hole up for the evening. And no, I'm not saying, like, you played with dolls. It's just one of those things of like, huh, maybe if I'd had an experience or more experiences of doing that kind of stuff, I would I'd be a little quicker on my feet. Because I mean, like, between you and Yelnats, you guys are actually on top of being funny, you know? Come on. It's mostly TV that made me this way. That can do it. That can definitely do it. Some of the Simpson. Come on. I do think I do want to take some improv classes as well. You've inspired me, Forrest. Want to be a little bit more of an artiste in such a fashion. Got to get in on that tabletop game so I can play with dolls in an adult-sanctioned social way. Yes, you get it. You understand, honey. Improv is fun. Yeah, I'm coming around. I'm coming around to the idea for sure. The closest thing to improv I get is tabletop gaming, which I do enjoy, but I haven't gotten enough of my fix. Okay, we're a little over time. Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming from, doing math is hard. 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My typical time, I know my schedule says 2 p.m., but I have the Lord of the Rings thing, so I'm going to be going to do that. Hi. But we're gonna do that tomorrow. We're gonna be a little early, and then Sunday, we're gonna be regular. No, I think we're gonna be early. We're gonna end up being 1 p.m. Uh, Mountain Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if everything goes well. If everything goes according to plan. But let me go check who is live right now. Arvid and Ray. Full of people. You know what? Arvid is doing his first Dark Souls playthrough here. Let's raid him today. Arvid the Mute. So we're gonna go say hi to him. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I appreciate you being here. And I hope that you have a good evening. Make sure to, what do I want? Bye. Yeah, bye.